guys, it's the Miraculous Show.
Today we will be talking
about Adrien being a senti, for real this time.
It was just confirmed by the show in Season 5, Episode 24, Representation. Now, it never actually said directly, which is why a lot of people were getting confused. In the story, Felix confirmed that Adrien was not a senti, but it has to come in the conclusion that he never said that Emily used a miraculous to get pregnant in the episode. It never actually stated that Emily used the Peacock Miraculous.
It just said that she randomly and miraculously got pregnant, but just with a lot of other proof we applied and received about Adrien being a senti, the signs were there, and it was heavily implied. But very simply, the point where if you don't pay extremely close attention, you might miss it altogether.
So let's talk about exemplarily happened in the episode that does confirm he's a senti. Felix talks about how neither Emily or Amelie could get pregnant, and they waited for a year, but nothing ever happened until Emily suddenly was expecting. As Felix says this, you see Emily on the screen with her pregnant belly, but what's actually super important to note is the peacock feathers behind her.
We all know the miraculous has the power to create a senti is the peacock miraculous. Coincidentally, I most definitely think not why would have used the peacock miraculous feathers unless there was a reason to imply the peacock miraculous and its role in this story and its ties to both the Emily and Emerald families.
Because the scene itself has nothing to do with those kind of feathers, they most definitely used the feathers to subtly show us that they had in fact used magic, and that was the only reason as Ro why the curse had been broken and then she got pregnant.
Thomas Astruck, the creator of the show, said multiple times that occasions that nothing ever is a coincidence. There is 100% a reason why to add those feathers, and it was confirmed in our theories and if far enough proof. Don't worry, if there's more, we know for a fact that Cole used a miraculous to get Emily pregnant. We physically saw him use it.
And just so you guys know, if we know that, Colt used it for sure, right? We know that. And their peacock miraculous this is behind Amelie. Then it's confirmed that he used it. So if they put the peacock feathers behind Emily and Gabriel as well, it's just signifying the exact same thing. They just didn't show the using of the miraculous, that's all.
Also, can I just say something? This kind of looks like a pillow.
It is, because Kagami was telling this story. Anyways, so if the feathers meant that Colt had used a miraculous on Emma B, what makes it not represent the same thing for Emily and Gabriel? Logically saying that feathers isn't proof doesn't add up.
What makes it not represent the exact same thing for Emily and Gabriel? Which I feel begs the question, if they in fact used a miraculous, why was it not stated in the story? And well, because Phoenix knows that they in fact did use a miraculous.
I'm not entirely sure why it wasn't set up. Maybe Thomas just liked to see us all argue about it. And I would also say that one of the reasons the whole story of Gabriel and Emily is getting the miraculous, using it to create Adrien.
And Emily getting sick was never explained because Felix himself doesn't know how that story, from only Felix's perspective, Gabriel never told Colt that they used a miraculous to create a kid. That part of the story was kept a secret from everyone. Well, everyone except for Natalie, because she helped them find it.
Though through the entirety of Cole's life, he never knew Adrien was created in the same way that Felix was. And, so neither did Amelie, which means that Felix didn't know that either. It probably wasn't until after Felix found out that Gabriel had used a peacock miraculous and met up with Adrien for the first time in Forever, in the episode, Felix, that he made the connection that Adrien was also a senti.
Meaning that despite him knowing how Adrian was physically created, like what they used to create, him doesn't know anything about the story or timeline of him being creative. So if nobody the story know how Adrian was created, how the heck is he supposed to explain that to Marinette?
Not to mention, like I said, this is Felix's story. It's meant to be centered around him. He's not going to go into depth about Adrien being a senti because it's not his story to tell.
The reason that Felix had hinted at Adrian for being a senti, Marion, and also hinted that Gabriel equal G was a monarch, was also the way that she should be able to go to Gabriel and find out the truth for herself. And within that fix everything, absolutely everything in the show happens for a reason.
So since we haven't seen all the episodes leading up to this, there are a few gaps in our theories. So I just want to ask, and let us know in the comments down below, please, for those who have theories or you actually know what happened. So why is Marinette here? Because Marinette's supposed to stand up to Gabriel / Marnak, and I know that Felix knows Gabriel's identity, and that's why he's hinting it to Marinette, but I didn't know he knew Marinette's identity. Is this true, or why is Marinette here, really? I mean, they should really catch Ladybug when they get a chance, not Marinette. So hopefully we get to know more about this. Let us know. So the things that are explained to us are explained to us for a reason, and the things that aren't explained for a reason. Maybe they kept it a secret because Gabriel will tell us the story of how he got hold of the miraculous and how Adrien was created in the finale, as for some of the other proofs that he wanted.
To talk about within this episode, that confirmed his ascendancy is, first of all, right before Felix says that Emily was pregnant. I shows a confirm of Marinette leaning towards what was in front of her, meaning that she was listening and watching very intensely to what was going on after Emily appears on screen.
We also seen the same reaction in Migration after she shows that Luca tells her that he knows her identity. And she has almost the exact facial expression in this moment too. Now some people might say that she was just shocked at the fact that Emily was pregnant. However, because Marinette knows that Adrien exists, it wouldn't really be shocking to find out Emily got pregnant. The reason for the change in her facial expression is because she just made the connection that they had used a miraculous to create Adrien because of the feathers behind Gabriel.
And Emily, meaning that yes, not only was it confirmed he was a senti in his episode, but Marinette herself now knows Adrien's a senti. The next little evidence is a thing
is the way that Gabriel talked about Emily being pregnant. All he ever says to Cole is maybe it's a miracle, which to some people wouldn't mean anything, but to us it sounds like he was referring to a miraculous. I mean, the fact that he was so eerie and cold and vague about the fact that she was pregnant, to me, says that it was most definitely not something that just randomly happened. I mean, if he had just said it was a miracle, that wouldn't be weird, but the
fact that he used the word maybe, like, why would you use the word maybe? If it just so happened to be a coincidence that she got pregnant, he said what was said in the way that he said it because he didn't want
to let Cole in on the fact that they used magic to get a child. Why they want to keep it a secret, I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with protecting Adrien. And yes, I know even after saying all this, there are still going to be people that don't believe he's a senti. And, you know, and I'll say denial if you want to someday, but you will realize that someday we are right. Adrien is a senti. They have hinted
and
it.
So is Felix.
Yeah, they've hinted it so clearly to us at this point that we know. And also, I want to talk about this particular scene from the episode. Basically, Adrien and Marinette were about to kiss, but then remember that time that Kagami was about to kiss Adrien, but then he pulled away at the last second? Well, this is the same thing. And Adrien looks guilty, poor guy. And poor Marinette, she finally got the courage, but oh well. That's what happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all. So bye.
See you next time.